Hi there, my name is Opeyemi. I am a culinary tutor and a recipe creator. I help culinary business owners create delicious and consistent food recipes that help them attract and retain their clients. In this short webinar, I'm going to be talking to you about a topic I have realized is a serious pain point for many caterers, which is how to cook for large numbers of people without compromising taste, how to cook for large numbers of people without sacrificing taste. Now, when I started my food business some years ago, just like any other startup, I was really super excited about my new baby. Fortunately, food is a very viable business. Catering is a very viable business. And so I started having my first clients, my second clients, my third clients. They were asking me to prepare food for them, like, 2 liter bowls of soup, 3 liter bowls of soup, family sized meals, rice, family sized rice, and all of that. And I was really excited. Business was doing fine. But I wanted more. I wanted people, to order for party food where I would have to cook for large numbers of people because, of course, if you are a caterer, you know that the money is in the numbers. You make more money when your order is more. My prayer started coming true. I got my first client. This client asked that I prepare food for his child's christening. About 150 packs of jollof rice and pepper chicken. I was excited. I went to the market. I bought my ingredients. I was like, okay, yes, this is it. And I went to cook. Sadly, nobody ever told me that there is a whole world of difference between cooking for large numbers of people and cooking for just family size. I thought that, okay, I've been cooking for people, family size, I could just use the same procedure, the same method, and then just only increase the quantity of ingredients and then go ahead and cook. But I was so wrong. At the end of that cooking, that rice came out unappealing because, of course, I did not know what quantity of tomato puree to use. All I did was I used my eyeballs. To say, okay, this quantity of tomatoes should be enough for this quantity of rice. That was what I did. So it came out unappealing. The face of the jollof rice was not looking like party jollof rice at all. That's not all. There was so much vegetable oil in that rice. I had to start scooping vegetable out. I messed up that order. I was so embarrassed. I practically could not look my client in his face. I realized that this problem of cooking for large numbers of people without sacrificing taste, or cooking for large numbers of people and cooking a perfect dish, was not peculiar to me. Now, the problem is this. Many times when you want to cook as a caterer, what do? You go to the market, your client tells you, prepare food for so number of people. In your mind, you're like, okay, this number should be enough. This 2 derica should be 2 derica of rice, or 2 derica of egusi should be enough for this number of people. And you go on and on and on, assuming and guessing the quantity of ingredients that will be sufficient to prepare your client's dish. This is why at the end of the day, the dish turns out a mess. Let me ask you a question. If you knew what quantity of rice would cook for 700 people, and you knew what quantity of seasoning cube, exactly what quantity of seasoning cube, what quantity of salt, what quantity of curry, thyme, vegetable oil, and bay leaves, and all the other ingredients will be sufficient to cook that rice perfectly, will you have any fears if you were asked to prepare food, or if you were asked to prepare that quantity of rice? You would not. Learning a recipe is one of the secrets, right, of cooking for large numbers of people and being able to maintain great taste. After I had that particular experience, I went on a search for a solution. And this was one of the solutions that I found out would help me. If I know the quantity, if I know what quantity of egusi of melon will prepare egusi soup for 700 people, I know what quantity of water I need to cook that egusi soup. I know what quantity of oil I need to cook that egusi soup. Please tell me that egusi soup will not come out perfectly well. It will, and not just once. It will keep coming out perfectly well every time I use that recipe. So this is one of the secrets. Now let me tell you a story of one of my students. She joined my online academy, and during that period, she got an order to cook for large numbers of people. As a matter of fact, the order was so large that it was a 3 days order. And she came to me, "Ma, help me, please. I usually have this issue." Anytime she was even scared. She was actually even scared because she got that order through a family member, and then she was not she was trying to avoid any embarrassment in the eyes of family members, or in the eyes of the family member through whom she got that order. And so I asked her, I said, "How many people are you asked to cook for?" She told me. I said, "So what dishes are you cooking for them the different days?" She told me. And then I told her, "Okay, this is the quantity of ugu you should use. This is the quantity of water leaf you should use. This is the quantity of palm oil you should use. This is the quantity of stockfish I gave her for the soup. I gave her the quantity that she should use. For the jollof rice, I told her this is the quantity of jollof, this is the quantity of rice, the quantity of tomatoes puree, the quantity of vegetable oil. For the fried rice, I told her this is the quantity of this, is the quantity of this, is the quantity of that. And guess what? She went on with that order with her full chest, and she came back with amazing testimonials. Of course, I am sure that next time those people want to hold any such meeting, they do not have to think too far who they need to call to, to handle their catering. They will just put a call through to her, and she'll keep making money from them. She has retained them. Now, when it comes to measuring, I see a lot of caterers make the mistake of measuring with their eyeballs. I see a lot of caterers make the mistake of measuring with derica, pick milk cup, paint bucket. Those are not measuring tools. There are universally accepted or acceptable measuring tools, such that if I asked you to measure 500 grams of rice here in Nigeria, and I asked someone in America to measure 500 grams of rice, we would all get the same quantity of rice. But if I told you measure 5 cups of rice, and I tell someone in America measure 5 cups of rice, by the time you both measure your 5 cups of rice and we place it on a scale, guess what? It will weigh differently. Why? Because what might be a full cup to you might not be full cup. Your definition of full cup might not be the same definition of this other person's full cup. So there will be disparity between the measurement of, between the weight of the ingredients. But if you were using an electronic scale, if you were using a calibrated jug, if you're using a measuring cup, if you're using a measuring spoon, all marked, right, for your ingredients, you will get the same result every single time. If bakers measure their eggs for baking, they measure their butter for baking, they measure their vegetable oil, their baking powder, their baking soda, what stops you as a caterer from also having a recipe so that every single time you can replicate that recipe and you're able to cook for large numbers of people? So there are different factors that actually influence your cooking when you are cooking for large numbers of people. And one of those factors is what I have just highlighted in this video: measuring your ingredients. Measuring your ingredients, having a recipe at hand. That is very important. In my party food masterclass, I highlighted the other secrets for cooking for large numbers of people without compromising taste. There are these other secrets that you need to know if you want to be confident enough to cook for large numbers of people without sacrificing taste or without compromising taste. If you want to be able to cook every time, whether it is for 700 people, whether it is for 1,000 people, whether it is for 900 people, you want to be able to cook every time and still maintain great taste, great texture, great appearance, then you should get the Party Food Masterclass. The link to get the Party Food Masterclass is in the description of this video. So just quickly go ahead, click on the link. Click on the link. It's a low ticket masterclass. Click on the link and then you find out the other secrets that you need to know if you want to be that caterer who is a jagaban of party food. Click on the link right now and get the masterclass. Talk to you later.